Activity numero dos.
Activity numero dos.
This is kind of a fast activity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you picture examples or tell you picture examples of some different objects. And you will tell me between two different things about, or what would you estimate the amount of capacity or liquid volume to be. And I'll show you an example here. My first example is actually just a baby bottle. Do you think that a baby bottle will be 2 cups or 2 quarts? What do you think, River?
2 cups.
Yeah, probably just 2 cups. They're not very big. How about a fish tank? Would it be 5 cups or 5 gallons, Hadley?
5 cups.
So, do you think your fish tank is only about 5 milk cartons big? This looks like one of those big ones. Yeah, this looks like a big one, like what a doctor's office would have or something with lots of fish. So, I think this one's going to be 5 gallons. How about just a glass? Would your glass hold about a cup or about a pint of water? Savannah?
Pint.
It's tricky. It depends on the size of your cup, right? Typically, this is a pint. Can we usually fit this whole thing in a glass of water?
Yeah.
My glasses, I know if I put ice in them or anything, I can't pour the whole thing. I can pour a lot of it, but it's going to be more like a cup or like a cup and a half probably.
It's because my cups are like.
Oh, so if you've got the short cups, then would it hold a cup or a pint? It would only hold a cup, right?
I drink.
This one does kind of look like a juice cup, which means it's probably just going to hold a cup. But, what about a little tea kettle? Would that be about a pint or a whole gallon's worth of tea? And something I want you to think about for this is it something for one person or many people? Would it be a pint or a gallon? Ellie?
1 person.
So a pint is probably only enough tea for about one person. If it's my kettle, it's probably going to be closer to a gallon, right? Which is sneaky. Actually, some tea kettles would only be about a pint because they're not very big. But I know when I make my coffee, I'm doing like, my coffee pot makes 12 cups, which I guess isn't quite a full gallon. So, I stand corrected. It would probably be a pint or a couple pints. But when I think about a pint, I usually think about an amount for like one person versus gallons would be for many people. What about my little snow globe here? Would that be a cup or a gallon's worth of liquid inside of it? Keegan? Probably a cup, because otherwise that would be a pretty massive snow globe, right? Just a cup. What about a big soaking bathtub? 30 cups or 30 gallons? What do you think, Mr. Dingle? 30 gallons. I agree with you. So then, if we're thinking problem solving, if Jamie made a shopping list for a picnic, and she wants 4 friends to go on this picnic, he estimates that he's going to need about 5 quarts. Remember, this is the size of a quart. He thinks he'll need about 5 quarts of lemonade for his group to drink.
I thought that was.
Do you think that that's a reasonable estimate or not? I want to hear from a mathematician. Would 5 of these be pretty reasonable for 5 friends, because it's Jamie plus 4 friends? Would they each drink this much? Or do you think that's not very reasonable? Eli?
I think it'd be a gallon.
Well, you know what? 4 quarts, 4 of these are in a gallon. So if he wants 5, that's a gallon plus one of these. So do you think that that's a reasonable amount for 5 people or not?
Yes. Yes.
Probably pretty reasonable, right? However, if it's just a quick picnic, do you think you would drink this much lemonade?
No.
So what could be an even better amount? Instead of 5 quarts, maybe he could have 5... Braylon, thank you for your GT. Maybe 5 pints or 5 cups. I would agree with that. Nice work, friends. We're ready to move on. Activity numero 3.
Activity numero 3.
Our last activity.
Thank goodness.
These have lots of pictures provided for you, and you're going to notice this in your homework. Also, oh my Lanta, I am giving myself a point because I have 3rd graders with their heads on their desks and playing with things inside of their desks. Ah! What do you say? sit. Make sure you're sitting up because you're in 3rd grade and you're not playing with tools because you're ready to learn.
Hadley, what are you looking at? Dax, because he's funny.
So here's my first problem. A painter mixed 5 pints of yellow and 3 pints of blue paint to make green paint. How many pints of green paint did he make? If you had 5 pints of yellow and 3 pints of blue, and you put them together to make green, how many pints does he have in all? Emerson, could you give me an equation, answer, and label?
5 times 3. 5 equals 15.
Let's see gestures on this. Do you agree or do you think something different?
No idea.
I see a lot of thinking different. Gunnar, what are you thinking?
I think it would be 5 plus 3.
5 plus 3. I'll write that one down here. 5 plus 3 equals 8 pints. What do you guys think about that one? Show me your gestures. What? You said 5 plus 3. That's fine. What do you guys think about that? 5 plus 3 equals 8. Do you agree? Are you thinking something different? Aha, that got a lot more agreement. Now let me tell you why. If I had 5 pints of yellow and I use this picture, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow, and then 3 blue, 1, 2, 3. I have a total of 8. That would definitely be a put together problem or an adding problem. So I would have a total of 8 pints. And it's important for us to be aware of that. These are not, chair. They're not all going to be multiplication or division. You're going to see all operations. So use the pictures and read and really think about what's happening in this problem. It's time for us to kind of step back to really think through them. So let's try another one here because it might still be multiplication, but we might be adding or subtracting or dividing. Are you ready?
Yes, we are.
I want to read about ice cream. An ice cream machine makes 5 pints of ice cream in a batch. If 3 batches were made, how many pints of ice cream were made? I see in my picture that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one batch. There's one batch of 5. Batch 2 has 5, and batch 3 has 5. Who could give me an equation, answer, and label for this problem? If I want to know how many pints were there in all, Rylan, what do you think?
Times.
What times what? But I've got 3 groups.
Times 3.
And can I flip it and say 3 times 5 since it's 3 groups?
Yeah.
My brain just still works better like that. 3 groups of 5 equals 15.
Ice cream.
Ooh, is it 15 ice creams? What are we measuring our ice cream in? 15 pints. And you could say pints of ice cream because we all want to know we're talking about ice cream, but pints is also a good enough label.
I want ice cream. In 2nd grade, we got ice cream at school. Problem.
Well, since we talked about ice cream, let's go ahead and talk about punch and pickles,
Yeah, ice
and then
cream
we'll move
isn't a
on.
word. It's ice cream. Yummy.
Number
Pickles,
20. Joanna filled her punch bowl with 12 cups of punch.
Ooh, punch.
She gave some of her friends each a cup of punch. There are 7 cups of punch left in the bowl. How many cups did she give her friends? So she had a total of 12 cups here in her punch bowl. She gave some away, and now she only has 7. And oh my goodness, their lines are so tiny, it's hard to tell. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 will be here, I believe.
Whoa.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. So now my punch is
Bigger
here.
on
How much did she give her friends? What type of problem would this be for an equation, answer, and label?
there. Yeah. 6.
Braylon, what do you think? Subtraction. We started with a total of 12, We gave away some cups and ended up with 7, right? What would C equal in this one, Miss Braylon? 5 cups. Good work on that. And my last practice problem. Mrs. Chavez made 20 quarts of pickles.
Yummy.
She made 5 quarts each day. How many days did it take her to make the pickles? So it's showing me this is a total of 20 quarts. So she made 5 on this day, 5 on this day, 5 on this day, 5 on this day, 5 on this day. How many? Oh, never mind. They made 5. That picture isn't super helpful for you. She made 20 quarts total, and she made 5 each day. What would I do to figure out how many days it took her? Eli? 4 what? 4. So Eli's saying he has my answer. He says it's going to be 4 days. Who can give me an equation for how to get to 4 days on that? Riley. Good. So she had a total of 20 quarts that she made. She did them in groups of 5, right? 5 each day, which means it took her a total of 4 days. You guys, great work on those. I owe you a point. What do you say?
Oh yeah.
You are going to be doing
Oh yeah.
homework and remembering today. What are you doing?
Homework and remembering.